of slaves. She has a Jamaican parent and an Indian parent, and neither of those parents is an American DOS, descendant of chattel slavery in this country. Not everywhere slavery. We know that was slavery in other parts of the world. But if you in the Caribbean or one of those places, if you in Haiti, then your issue, as we've said here many a times, is with the French. And if you ever get reparations from the French, I will clap, I will be happy, I will throw you a party, I will buy you a drink, baby, but I will not try to take your money. I will not try to eat that fruit, because I don't have no bones buried in Haiti. My bones is buried in here. I celebrate you, I will help you, but I understand that that is yours, and I think you understand that too. So the real issue is, just like I'm not Jamaican, just like I'm not Haitian, just like I'm not Eritrean, you are not American DOS. You do not have parents and grandparents who grew up on sharecropper farms who can trace their stuff back to slavery. You do not have that. So what that means is that you are not a part of this tribe. That don't mean you are not black. It means you are not a part of this tribe.
Very simple. All we are saying as a group of people, we have a distinct, unique lineage that differs from other people because of our shared experiences. We may have come on the same slave ships as those from Haiti or Jamaica or those in Brazil, but we are different, and different countries are responsible for those different mechanisms of how they got there. If you're a Haitian person, your reparations is not going to be from the United States of America. It should be from France. Likewise, if you're a person from Jamaica or Trinidad, you would talk to the UK. If you're a person from Angola or Brazil, you would demand reparations from Portugal as the colony that oppressed you. But I want you to listen to Yvette Carnell's position on this. Let's react to it.
I'm Yvette Carnell, president of the ADOS Advocacy Foundation, and we advocate for lineage in terms of the framework. Most immigrants, not just black immigrants, most immigrants didn't immigrate to this country until the Immigration Act of 1965. So when you look at Plessy versus Ferguson, there is no reason to have a lineage versus race conversation because it's all descendants of slavery. Slavery and their descendants in 1898. We didn't have that difference until 1965 when immigrants began to flow in. Look at the data. 3/4 of Africans didn't get here until 2000. I graduated from high school in 1999. So I want you to tell me what kind of repair an African needs who got here after I graduated Howard University. Look, we're not talking about melanin. We're talking about repair.
I absolutely agree. If an African got to the United States of America in 2000, or even before 1965, they don't qualify for reparations. It's just like me living in Uganda and I just got here and I'm asking the United Kingdom to give me reparations as a Ugandan. It just doesn't make sense. Even if I did get citizenship, it's stupid and people would laugh at me for being an asshole. That's the honest truth, because I'm stupid for asking that. I don't care how Ugandan I would feel, I would just be dumb.
And when you talk about repair, what you're doing is measuring a harm. Survivors and their heirs. We're talking about who was harmed, and you can't talk about racial segregation and everything that happened without talking about where it was anchored at. Right? It was anchored. This racialized caste was anchored in slavery. If you came over here in an airplane as opposed to a slave ship, we're different. We're the only group that has been multi-generationally oppressed in this country for 400 years. Nobody else can say that.
That's absolutely true. If you came over in a plane, or even if you got, you crossed a border to get here, you came on your own volition. You were not taken on a slave ship. She's absolutely right, and she's saying it to me without offending other groups. So now what we're gonna do is, there's a 15-year-old young lady that's gonna come up and basically clap back at Yvette Carnell. Again, I don't know why she is there, but let's go ahead and check this out. And this is where the controversy comes in. In my honest opinion, Yvette Carnell has not disrespected any other group. I'm very fair and balanced. She's just saying that we are different. And that's true because Africans and Caribbeans will let us know that we're different. Remember when Michael B. Jordan had this particular rum he was trying to make? Our editor would put it back, and he tried to make this rum, and all the Caribbeans, like from Trinidad, they were saying, hey bro, you're not from our lineage, you're not from our culture. So he had to basically go ahead on and stop that, which was okay because they had a point. But now let's listen to what this young lady has to say. Her mother, who's on the reparations task force for African Americans, is Ghanaian, Jamaican with Ghana roots, or I don't know, but she's not a full FBA, okay? Listen to the daughter.
I just want to bring up also some comments that was made. I want to further just a comment that was made. If I can't tell my story if you can't tell your story if stories to your children that you cannot speak on the task force. I'm the person that you were talking about, and I heard stories that were made, and that was a group comment. Not only that, there was another group comment that said someone needs to be dedicated to the work. Everyone on this board is beyond qualified. You have not been dedicated to your research, because if you did your research on everybody, you wouldn't have said that comment. Not only that, there's a lack of respect and collaboration in this room. We've been here for a number of minutes, and it's disgusting to see these people who are talking about the future of Atlanta, specifically South Wilson, and can't even cooperate and speak respectfully to each other. The obsession with immigration without mentioning other factors like mixed people is rude and sickening.
Okay, so basically, this is a young lady whose mother is on the board, and she's getting mad at Yvette Carnell because her situation is she's not a full African-American like myself or Yvette Carnell. I believe that her mother's from Jamaica. So instead of basically agreeing that she is different than someone else, the young lady is arguing about how rude Yvette Carnell has said this, which if you can take offense to it being rude, that's one thing, but what Yvette Carnell is saying, is it true? Okay, and again, I don't know why somebody's daughter is here as a 15-year-old speaking on this situation, but okay, I guess he's allowed to do so. I guess age maybe doesn't matter here, but she's just saying that your lineage is different from our lineage, and you most likely are oppressed from where you come from, and we don't disregard that, but it is different.
Conceptualizing is the first thing that happens when addressing a nuanced situation. Shaming people is disrespectful. And I hope that next time, the next few people or the next few people behind me, after that last person, will realize that this is ridiculous. How everybody was addressed, how everybody said the same thing after this was said 5 times. I understand it's legitimacy. I understand this topic is very sensitive, but we have to address it full hand and not just shoot at one person or shoot at one topic. Immigration.
Again, let me just say this, and I know that I'm in the Pan-African community, but in situations like this, when Tariq Nasheed says you should delineate, I'm gonna have my little coming up party. I agree. There needs to be Pan-Africanism with extreme delineation at the same time. It doesn't mean that you're disrespectful, but we are from the same group. But my group, which is the African American community, hashtag FBA, however you want to classify it, has a unique, distinct issue from somebody like this young lady or somebody else. That's why delineation is key. It doesn't mean disrespect, because we have things that we have fought for as a group that we need, just like you have things you fought for as a group that you need. Hey, I was talking to somebody the other day at a brunch about immigration in America. And then when we switched, she was okay with her Rwandese people coming over to America and getting over to America. But when I wanted to talk about, how do Rwandese feel about what they're owed from Belgium, she was like, well, you don't understand the Rwandese community. You can't speak on that. Okay. Great. And that let me know right there, delineation. She's delineating me based on that. And that doesn't mean that we can't work together. It doesn't mean that we can't support each other. It just means that delineation is a key. It doesn't disrupt Pan-Africanism. But for these conversations, it gets too disrespectful, even when you're trying to have conversations about what you this shouldn't even be a topic. I don't even know why the young lady is there. But Pan-Africanism with the extreme delineation is what I'm pushing from now on this channel or however else. Because again, I'm tired of people grifting from our community. I'm tired of that. I'm really extremely sick of it. I'm sick of the disrespect that's given to the community that I come from. And don't get me wrong, I know other groups can basically be disrespected, but I would never in my mind, if we're having a Ugandan conversation and a Ugandan person says, listen, we're wanting reparations from what happened with Britain, and other groups are different from us, we have a different story from you guys, I'm clapping with them. I don't have any problem with what they're saying. But when you want to grift off a community like this person does, and that's a lot of people that grift off our community, that want to be attached to our community because what it benefits them. But hey, in other aspects, we can't grift off of them. And I'm going to be honest and say that does happen. Hashtag FBA, those people who are from our lineage, we have to have a delineation factor here. Let's go. So hold on one second. So what happened was after this, people in the audience might have been rude to the young lady. They wasn't trying to hear that. They felt that the young lady should not have been up there speaking on this issue. It's a reparations committee. She shouldn't be up there. And I don't even know how this lady that's about to start speaking and going off, she should not be on the reparations committee because she's a Jamaican. I'm sorry. A Jamaican has no business on a reparations committee for African Americans, just like we shouldn't be on their committee for that. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Okay? Yes, Pan-Africanism with certain limitations and respecting people's boundaries and letting them speak on certain issues. You don't see me trying to get in and run these immigration things and whatever, or the Congolese. I need to be on the board. No, they have their own people who can do that and qualify for their groups.
Daughter said whatever she said, she has all right to say it. I think it is very rude for whoever said whatever they said to my daughter or about my daughter, that you had the audacity to do that to a 15-year-old, and you want to stand here and talk about reparations. Go and figure your shit out.
Okay, now you're turning up. Your daughter has the right to speak on it. For what? What? She's not a part of the reparations conversation. She shouldn't be there. I'm sorry. And she's a child. What is she doing there in the first place? Why is she not at school? So of course, some people are gonna push back on that because what she's saying is she's out of place. She's out of pocket. And then here you are as a professional cursing. Okay, I'm gonna say this. You're acting very hood. You're about to see how she's about to go off. Check this out.